think it, you mustn't tempt me with the thought. No, that girl. She's strong, brave, yes. Young. Just beginning her sweet life. And certainly doomed if tempted to spiral down and live life like I do. Seared, drugged, poisoned, rapidly approaching an end. No. No, I must cure her of these aspirations while there's still time. She'll be coming here.
She won't come alone.
No, Therese will be with her. When they come, please make them wait in that room. You can manage that, I'm quite sure.
Yes, certainly. Do you intend to leave the book there?
It is to keep the door from closing. She's to overhear. Now, Watson, Sir Edward and the Count are very likely to become excited. I should have learned to make them so. Do not be alarmed. She may be here now. I'll step into your dressing rooms for the lab and brush away some of this dust.
Certainly. Oh, and Holmes, do look in on my wife's room. You'll find her in my living room. It will please us so much.
Old fellow, it would more than please me. Mrs. Watson! Home, love, life.
A lady, sir. Wants to see you most particular. If there's anyone else you want to come in.
Any name?
She didn't say it was necessary, as she wouldn't know her anyway. She has a little maid with her.
Then it must be. Yes. Send her in.
Yes.
Oh, cousins. Two gentlemen. Count von Starberg and Sir Edward Leeton will arrive later tonight.
Yes.
When they do, show them in immediately and notify Mr. Holmes. You'll find him in my dressing room.
Very well, sir.
Send everybody else away. I'll see you later.
Yes, sir.
Is this Dr. Watson's room?
Yes, and I am Dr. Watson.
Would you mind telling me if Mr. Holmes, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, is here?
He will be before long, Miss...
My name is Alice Faulkner.
Miss Faulkner. Mr. Holmes arrived some time ago, but has gone upstairs for a few moments.
Oh, is he coming down soon?
Well, Miss Faulkner, the matter of fact is that he will be, that he has an appointment, rather, with two gentlemen here, and I was to notify them as soon as they arrive.
Do you suppose I could wait, without troubling you too much, and see him afterwards?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Thank you. And I don't want him to know that
Well, there's no need of my telling him.
it's very important indeed that you don't, Dr. Watson. I can explain it all to you afterwards.
No explanation is necessary.
Thank you. I suppose there's a waiting room for patients?
Yes, or you could sit in there. You'll be less likely to be disturbed.
I think I'd rather be where it's entirely quiet.
I think the gentlemen have arrived.
When the business with the gentleman is over, would you have someone tell me?
I'll tell you myself, Miss Faulkner.
Thank you.
Count von Starberg and Sir Edward Leeton.
Count, Sir Edward.
Watson, our appointment with Sherlock Holmes was...
Yes, certainly. Take a seat, gentlemen.
Herr Holmes is in time for late.
Quite the contrary, Count. He has already arrived. And I have sent for him.
I was quite surprised getting his message an hour ago, changing the place of meeting. We should have otherwise gone to his house in Baker Street.
You would have found it in ashes, Sir Edward.
What? Really? The house burned?
Burning now, probably.
I'm very sorry to hear this. It must be a severe blow to him.
No, he minded very little.
Really?
Is it, I understand you to say that you had sent for Herr Holmes?
Yes, certainly, Count. As a matter of fact, I think I can hear him on the stairs right now.
Gentlemen, pray, be seated. Our business tonight can be quickly disposed of. I need not tell you, as I have already told you, that the part I play in it is more than painful to me. But business is business, and the sooner it is over, the better. You were notified to come here in order that I might deliver into your hands the package which you engaged me, on behalf of your resorted client, to recover. In fairness to myself, let me say this, that but for that agreement and the subsequent steps which you took upon the basis of it, I would never have continued with the work. As it was, however, I felt bound to do so, and pursued the matter to the very end. And so I now have the honour to deliver it into your hands.
Mr. Holmes, permit me to congratulate you on the marvelous skill you have displayed and the promptness with which you have fulfilled your agreement. What is this? These papers and other things. Where did you get them?
I purchased them last night.
Purchased them?
Quite so.
From
From whom, you mean? From the parties interested, by consent of Miss Faulkner.
You've been deceived.
What?
This packet contains nothing, not a single paper or letter that we wanted. They were all clever forgeries. And these photographs? They're of someone else. They have tricked you. With all your supposed cleverness, you have been deceived.
quite decidedly deceived.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible? You do not mean to say by that there is no chance you might be able to recover them?
Quite so.
So he does. You do not mean there's no hope of it.
None whatever, Count. It's too late now. I can't begin all over again.
This is outrageous. I will see you suffer the consequence. I will see you brought for court. It will be such a severe blow to your reputation.
There's nothing to be done, Sir Edward. I'm ruined. Ruined?
He's not ruined, Sir Edward. It's entirely owing to him and what he said to me that I wish to be.
If you'll allow me. Gentlemen, you were notified in my letter of this evening that the package will be produced at 9:15. You'll check your watch, you'll see it is barely 14 past, and here it is. The one you have there, as you have already discovered, was a counterfeit.
This is outstanding. It is marvelous. What is that?
Take this, Miss Faulkner. It is yours. Never give it up. Use it only for what you wish.
What? We ought not to have it.
No. No, you are not to have it.
After all this?
After all this.
This is outrageous! Your agreement!
I break it! Do what you wish. Warrant, summons, arrests will find me here. Watson, get them and get them away.
Gentlemen, I'm sure you will appreciate the fact.
Here you go.
No.
Yes. I'd much rather he'd had them. Since you last came to me that night and asked me to give them to you, I've thought about what you said. You were right, it was revenge.
We are greatly indebted to you, Miss Faulkner. And to you, Miss Holmes. If this was all part of your little game, it was surely quite an extraordinary method of obtaining such valuable papers. But we won't quarrel with the method, as long as it achieves the desired result. There you go.
Certainly not.
You need only notify me of the charges for your services and you will receive a check. Permit me to wish you a good evening. Dr. Watson, this way, Count.
Now that you think it over, Miss Faulkner, you are doubtless beginning to realise the series of tricks by which I sought to deprive you of your property. I I could not take it out of the house that night like a straightforward thief, because then it could have been recovered at law. Instead, I resorted to a cruel and cowardly device, which should induce you to relinquish it.
You didn't give it to them.
No. No, I prefer that you should do as you did.
Was it a trick last night when they tried to kill you?
I went there to purchase the counterfeit package to use as you have seen.
Did you know that I would come?
No. No, but it fell in with my plans notwithstanding. Now that you see me in my true light, Miss Faulkner, we have nothing to say to each other but good night and goodbye, which you ought to be very glad to do. You will understand this is a harmful, deceitful business, and unfortunately my person must receive a similar assessment. I could not allow, and I should not have allowed, a person as good-hearted as yourself to be dragged into this world.
You're mistaken, Mr. Holmes.
Pardon?
It was my sister and her unfortunate personal interests and carelessness that drove me to be involved in the situation. Neither you nor I could have prevented my involvement, but I'm glad of it. In the past few years, I've learned that to affect the cause of one's own life is a privilege in this world, and I'm happy to have had the opportunities to fight my own battles. And let me assure you, I do not need to be pressured into fighting for my sister's sake or my own, unless of my own accord.
I was afraid you'd be hurt, shaken by the deceit. To feel your life is unsafe and uncertain is no small matter.
I've lived that life for 2 years. Now, I think I'm ready to live the new one, fully and freely.
I envy you, Miss Faulkner. I know that no such person as I should ever dream of getting to live such a sweet future yet. And that is all the more reason to say good night and goodbye. Our paths must part and lead to distinctive futures.
And this is the flaw in your reasoning, Mr. Holmes. You're not doomed. Despite your great effort to hide it, your eyes betray your heart. You have kind eyes, Mr. Holmes. Even though you tried to drown yourself in this fate, you do not wish to sacrifice yourself to be doomed to a destructive end to save others. But I see now that to live your life in any other way would be impossible. Sherlock Holmes, a great mind and a kind heart, fighting bad men in a dangerous game.
Elementary, my dear Miss